Hey there guys, I'm going to do another one of these. This is 50 free super wheel spins. So let's see what we're going to get. As you can see, I have cleared out my garage. So whatever is in here at the end is what I've won. I did keep the Isetta, I had to keep something. And of course this is the best car in the game. So I've kept this. So much fun to drive, it's such a good laugh. Once you've tuned it, it's good fun to drive. So I downloaded this tuning that you can see, and it's really fun to drive. Anyway, let's get to those wheel spins. We need to go to... Am I in the right place? Can I get them through? Oh no, I've got to go to the home thing, haven't I? Oh, isn't it absolutely beautiful? Anyway, what's going on? Why is the screen gone strange? Oh, it's a big lorry that's actually parked where I am, so it's obviously just another player in a lorry, but it's making my screen go a little bit weird. So yeah, let's get in there and get some spins. I think I got 50. Yes, I have. I wasn't too sure because I didn't want to come in and check because it uses one as soon as you come in here. So that's not very good. Some quack wellies. Oh, I'm still wearing my my motorbike outfit. If you didn't watch my previous video, I decided to get kitted out in my full motorbike outfit because I was kind of hoping that it might unlock a motorbike, but it didn't. Didn't give me anything. So that's why I'm still wearing this. I need to make her get changed into more suitable clothes. I'm going to skip this one. I do like that Jag, actually. I don't like many Jags, but I do like that one. And I also like the E-Type and the D-Type, but not many of the others. The newer Jags, they look a little bit too much like Fords. I like those Galaxy leggings. So I'm not normally very excited about the clothes, but they will look good on her. I like the Lola, but I missed it. So not interested in the Buick, and 10,000 credits means nothing to me. If you didn't already know, I assume you do, because I've said it so many times, this is not my normal profile. It's what I made just for doing this. It's the only thing I use this profile for is to get free super wheel spins and then do this. Because it's fun. And then I delete the cars and I do it again. So, really not doing very well though, are we? We've had some rubbish cars and not many good ones. And we've had some hats and some money. Come on. A Renault Clio, that's not bad. I don't mind that Falcon. If I have a little story to tell you about one of the cars that I get, it's probably going to be a story I've told you already if you've watched my other videos. So I'll probably repeat myself. I don't know what I have and haven't shared, because sometimes I record a video and then I think, nah, and I decide not to share it. These crowns are very, very ugly. So I don't like those at all. If I don't get anything good, I'm not going to upload this. Still no good. Come on. The Dodge. And what looks like some pyjamas, but apparently they're just blue tartan roll-ups. If you ask me, they are PJs. And a Challenger. That's not too bad. Leggings, money, money. It's just so bad. Some of these wheel spins are really, really poor. And I do wish you could opt out of getting... the least favourite for me has to be the horns. I never, ever, ever press the horns, so they're just absolutely pointless for me. And because the button that you need to press is the right stick button, normally when I do press it, on the rare occasion that I do use my horn, I end up just changing my camera view. So I'm looking like to the side of the road or behind my car. An Audi R8, that's nice. I would quite like one of those in real life. So, probably the first good car I've had yet on this series of super spins, so it's not going very well. So yeah, the horns, they're the worst. And then of course, the clothes, they're a little bit pointless, but I do dress up, I use them, so I let her wear clothes. I like the VW van, that's nice. A lot of memories of those. Camping trips. Great big Volvo. My wife's got a Volvo, not that one. Like I can't think what it is, a C something. Anyway, CX something. But when she bought it, she was going to buy that or the Jeep, and I really liked the Jeep. But the Volvo, I was saying, look, Volvo's an old person's car. So as you go to England, the only people that are in Volvos are really old and they're driving really slowly. But over here, it's not like that. Volvos have got a little bit better reputation in Colombia than they do have in England. So she went for the Volvo. It's nice, it's a nice drive, it's a comfortable car, but I preferred the Jeep. So she's got a Mercedes as well, because you have to have 2 cars over here. So anyone who doesn't know about this is crazy. In Colombia, I got the Morgan. I love this car. It's beautiful. One of my favourite cars in the game, so I'm very happy about that. In Colombia, which is where I live, they have a thing called Plica Placa. And that means that on a date that is even, you can only drive a car with a registration number that ends in an odd number. And on a day that is odd, you can only drive a car that ends in a registration that has an even number. So most people have to buy 2 cars. But the idea is to get people to carpool. So you have one car, your friend has another, you go in yours one day, theirs the next day. That's the idea behind it. But really, everyone just buys 2 cars. So my wife, for travelling to work, she has the Volvo, of course, and a Mercedes. So she prefers the Volvo, I prefer the Mercedes. But that's just insane. Oh, look what I just missed out on. That would have been lovely. A couple of nice cars up there and some, I mean, I don't really need the money. But yeah, you have to get 2 cars. Stupid. And I assume that most people buy like a good car and then a bad car, so a cheap old car. So they're going to end up polluting more because they've got to get 2. People aren't carpooling. I never see 2 people in the same car. It just doesn't happen. You always just see one person. So everyone's buying 2 cars. It's ridiculous. This Renault 5 Turbo, I've talked about it so much. It's the car I use to get skill points. It's got a 7 times multiplier and it's really nice to drive. I do like that car a lot. You can buy them on the auction house for about 400,000, but yeah, I do like those. Not very keen on the Bentleys. I do know someone who had a Bentley Continental it was a very expensive one, about 160 grand, and he gave it away at a seminar. He raffled it off to a seat number in the seminar, and the guy that won it was a guy from the Philippines, and he sold it. He bought another more sensible car, and he actually bought his mum a massive house in the Philippines with the money that he got from it. But yeah, the guy's name's Andrew Reynolds. If you want to check him out, check him out. It's like an online entrepreneur. He does a huge amount of work for the Make-A-Wish charity. And actually, that event was at the O2, and all the tickets to that event, it cost us £140 each to attend, and there's a lot of people there. It was full, but 100% of those proceeds went to Make-A-Wish. And also, he gave away his car. He had Bradley Walsh from The Chase on the stage doing the actual prize draw. And then it was awesome to see this guy from the Philippines win the car, and he was crying. He was so happy. It was amazing. I'm going to skip this one because I was chatting for a bit. Hey, 3 greens! Oh, that's just rubbish. Money's the most boring, I think. I mean, normally I would want money, but I'm not that interested in money on this particular profile because I'm not really doing anything with it other than this. Give me something good. I see this a lot, this Vulcan, I like it. I don't like that colour. It's just too bright. It's too glossy. It's like a teenager in the 70s with very glossy lipstick on. That's what it looks like. And I like it though. It's nice to drive, very nice to drive, and it just looks nice inside when you're in it. No, and another Bentley. It's not a nice Bentley. So let's move on. It's got to be some money's worth in these cars though. I would have preferred the Maserati, but the Alfa's okay. I actually won an Alfa. It was the Alfa Romeo, the Mito. I won that when the Mito first came out. It was in the garage in Solihull, near Birmingham. And it was just a raffle, like a prize draw. And you just had to pop your name down, and I won the Mito. It's a nice car to drive. I know this is not the Mito. They're just quite similar. A lot of these Alfas are very, very similar. The Mito's got like a little button to put it into sport mode. And it makes it really nice to drive. It stiffens up the suspension. It changes the gears actually change faster, and it's just nice. It feels nice. The gear stick actually feels different when you're in the sport mode. It just feels tight. And I tried it in sport, loved it, And then I couldn't drive it in any other mode. And it's a car that drinks a lot of petrol. So yeah, I did have and I haven't got it anymore, but I did have an Alpha that I won, and it was a lot of fun. So let's crack on. What the hell is that? A HSV Maloo. Never heard of it. Not breaking up. That Parker's not bad. It'll suit her. I need to get her out of these motorbike clothes. She looks ridiculous. And I like Land Rovers. I prefer Land Rovers to Range Rovers. I like the rawness of them. If you've watched my other videos, I do talk about my uncle who lived in Wales. And we used to go on holiday to his house as children. He used to drive us around in his Land Rover, and it was a serious amount of fun. But it did have a big hole in. And as I said before, you could see the wheel, so it was quite dangerous. I like old cars, but not really that one. And I feel the crowns are ridiculous. No, no, and no. Right, that deserves a skip because it was a bad one. The last time I did this, I had a look at this this Nova, and the skills are not very good on it, so it disappointed me, so I was hoping for something better out of that. But this Merc is very, very nice. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure I've checked the skills on that one yet, so I'll be checking that one once we've finished. The Lancia Stratos as well, that was just above the spin on that last one. I do like that car. It's very nice. Not too bad on the Jeep. Going to skip one. I like the Porsche 911. I prefer the older ones to this one. The 1982 one has got that perk in it. Buy it for 150. It's got a 300,000 perk inside. The Aventador Forza edition. Not sure if I've checked those skills yet. But the Aventador 2012 is the one that's got the 200,000 credits, and you buy it for 310. Obviously, there are a lot more cars that are better than that. Close on the Morgan, but did we get that earlier? I think we did. I like that Morgan, it's really nice. So this Saleen S7, that's nice. Reminds me of my childhood, like little racing cars that you used to have. So, not exactly that, but that kind of style, very popular. No, no, and that's a lot of money, thank you. Don't really need money on this account, but thank you all the same. Let's get something exciting. Oh, Jesus, just money. Come on, I'm going to skip this one. Every time we get something really, really bad, I'll skip. So the Dodge Dart, I've had that a few times actually, it's quite a common spin. Get this a lot as well, a hell of a lot. And as I said, it's just too glossy. I don't like it. This is going to be a good one. If you really like Nissan GTRs from 1993, that's a brilliant spin. And you have 50 grand as well to go spending. Come on, give me a good thing. Something good. I wonder if you get all of the motorbike clothes, then you unlock a motorbike. I want to unlock a motorbike. I mean, they've gone to the trouble of making them for some of the events, so just let us have one. Come on. No, I don't mind the McLaren. I'd prefer it if it was a different McLaren, but that's not too bad. Is that the 1982 Porsche? I think it was. Yes, it is. This is the Porsche that gives you 300,000 credits, and it only costs 150,000 in the shop, so it's a double your money Porsche. And it doesn't cost that many skill points to get up to those credits, so yeah, really good car to buy in the showroom. Not from the auction house, because if they're in the auction house, someone else will have had the credits. But you are doubling your money without even selling it, so awesome car. Just missed out on the Nomad there, I do like those. I have driven an Ariel Atom. You've probably heard me say these before. I did a track day in an Atom, and they are amazing. The acceleration is just incredible, and they stick to the road like you will not believe. You can see all the mechanics working. You can see the apex of the corner, so you can hit every single one. Beautiful, beautiful car to drive, and a brilliant experience. So the acceleration is fantastic. It's like, I mean, if you've not been in an open-top car that accelerates quickly, it's different when you're actually enclosed. But when you are completely exposed to the elements and you're in an open-top car and you put your foot down, it's like the Roller Cola Rita Queen of Speed at Alton Towers. It's pretty similar to that experience. It's absolutely awesome. Really worthwhile doing. Come on, give me something good. Well, that's not too bad. I don't mind that at all. So, yeah, I like that. I'm not very keen on the colour, but I like it. I'm not so keen on the Pontiac, but let's go again. Oh my God, I've only got 2 left. Not very good spins. This Porsche here on the left, I have a friend, his name's Steve, he's got one of those, and it's a light blue colour. It's a real beautiful car. And I don't see him very often, but I often see it parked in town. It doesn't live in the same town that, well, I don't live there anymore, but this was in the Midlands, in Nuneaton, which is where his family lives. So if he's visiting his family, this car's often parked in the town centre. So if you ever see it, if you happen to live in the very small town in the Midlands called Nuneaton, then that car in blue, it belongs to a guy called Steve. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. He's very, very proud of it as well. So yeah, it's a guy I used to work with many years ago when I first left school. Nice chap. He's doing all right for himself, obviously. He's got one of those. Runs a business on the internet now, so he's not working anymore, but so do I. That's what I do as well. So, but I don't have one of those Porsches. So his business might be going a little better than mine. Maybe in the future. Hey, I got the Lola. That's a beautiful car. I like that a lot. And it's when you're driving this in first person, in cockpit view, it looks nice. So a lot of the McLarens as well. When you're sitting in quite a few of the McLarens, you're sitting in the middle. And it just looks nice to drive, so I like that. Nothing good going on there at all, and that was it. That was disappointing, very disappointing. So let's have a quick look through the cars. I've talked about them all already. Not very good here at all, but there could be some that we want to have a look at the skill points on. I've seen these already, and the Vulcan. I haven't looked at the skills on this, and it's given it legendary, so let's see why. It's not very expensive, so it's 242,000. So if it's got a good credit score in it, I always forget that. It might be worth something. I prefer the TT to the R8. I just think the TT looks nice, and I also like the Peugeot RCZ or something it's called, which looks a lot like a TT. I've mentioned it before, but I couldn't remember its name, but it's something like that, RCZ. I think it's that, but that doesn't seem right. But that Peugeot's nice. It looks a lot like a TT. What am I doing? Car Mastery. Bloody hell, nice. This is going to be a 300. So yeah, it's got a couple of wheel spins in there. It's got this. Is it? Oh no, that's not the one I thought it was. I was thinking of the one that's like a medallion, which gives you the multipliers. But yeah, so this is the Audi R8 V10 Plus. It gives you 300 credits and it costs 240 something, was it? So you can buy this car. What have we got? 10, 5, 3 and 1. So 19 points in order to get up to those credits. Another point, so 20, and you've got a wheel spin as well. So you're probably going to get some money, a car, or some completely worthless piece of clothing, or even worse, a horn. So that's worth buying, the Audi R8 V10 Plus. So 300,000 credits sitting inside that car, and the actual car is, was it 240? Let's have a quick look. I think it said 240 or 242. 242. I thought 242, but I was thinking that sounds a bit weird, so maybe it was 240. So yeah, buy some of those. Buy some of those, get 58,000 credits immediately, and then get that wheel spin, and then sell the car. Another cool way of making money, so definitely worth a look, that one was, the R8. No. I've looked at some of these before. I've not looked inside this. It's so ugly. But I'm going to have a look in it. The car that guy gave away wasn't this Continental. It was an old one because it was before 2017 that he did it. But I think he just bought this one, and that's why he was giving his old one away. So he kind of upgraded to the latest model. He always drives Bentleys, so he gave away his previous one. But it was over 100,000 car. 160,000, I think it would have cost. And it was really nice to see the person that won it. It was so humble. It made him cry. Beautiful experience. Although I wanted it. I'd got the train down to London to go to the event. I was thinking, I don't need to get a return. I'm driving home in my Bentley. But it didn't happen. But I didn't need it, and the guy from the Philippines, it absolutely changed his life. I'd have liked it, but it wouldn't have made a massive difference to my life, so I'm really glad that he got it. So what do we have hiding inside this big fat Bentley? Well, not much really, a couple of spins. We've got a rocket, so it's only twice as fast, so not much use. And I think without the skill multiplier, the rocket one's really not all that good. You want the skill multiplier is the more important one. But I mean, these spins are expensive. To be getting up to these, we're doing 9. We could then go along the bottom to get to this one. So that would take us 19 points. So are these the same? Yeah, 5, 3, and 1. So 9 on both of them, the 1 in the middle. So we'd be 19 points to get both the spins if we went that way. This way is going to be a 9. It's the same. So a 19 that way as well. So whichever way you go. Not that good. Never mind. Oh, no, it's not the same, is it? It's 18. No, I was completely forgetting how to count. So let's take a look in... it's horrible though, isn't it? It's not... Let's have a look at this car. You know what that looks like? Oh, not from the front, but from the back, it looks like an old Maxi. It's just really ugly. Yeah, it looks like an Austin Maxi from the back. From the front, it looks like a Bentley, because all Bentleys look like Bentleys from the front, but from the back, it's a big, bulky, ugly thing. Now let's just quickly go to the rest. So we're on Bentleys. So we were here. Beautiful. Don't want to look at that. I've checked that already. There's nothing interesting in there. There's not going to be anything good in these because they're not epics or legendaries. What's in this Jag? Not sure if I've checked this yet or not. I forgot to look how expensive it was as well. I mean, I've seen the Morgan, not the Morgan, the MGB. That's got the most credits in that I've seen in any car. Let's have a quick look how much it cost. 100,000. So it doesn't cost much at all. It's very cheap. So if this has got a good cash bonus in, it could be a good one. No, it's not 2 wheel spins though. I've seen this pattern before, so there we go. 1, 3, and 5. So very cheap 2 wheel spins there. Not bad at all. Nothing else really that's worthwhile getting. But it's nice when they're close to each other. Very nice. So just 9 points. Not bad at all. So 9 points. And grab the car very, very cheap. And you got some wheel spins. But, whoops. Got to the wrong thing. I want to be in here. We're on Jags. BCD. Oh, so Jags. So the Jeep would have been next. Nothing interesting going on there. The Aventador 2012. I didn't know there was a Forza edition of this. So the 2012 Aventador is the one that sells for 310,000 in the showroom. It has a 200,000 credit in it, so you're really buying it for 110,000. And they do sell pretty well on auction. I didn't know there was a Forza edition model, so let's see what bonuses this gives us. They're quite nice to drive as well. Where are we? The other one has got a 6 times multiplier in it. So hopefully this has got a 7. No, still a 6. That's unfortunate. We've got some credits, it'll be 30. Yeah, when it's there, it's always 30,000, and this is going to be 2. It's a shame that wasn't a 3, and this is 7. That would have made this a much more worthwhile car. And one wheel spin that you're going to get for 5 points. This one's not really worth going all the way up there. If there was something good on the way, it might be worth it, but no. It's a shame. It's a shame when the Forza Edition cars aren't that good. What was the actual thing? A speed skill bonus. So not that great. I wish they gave you more information on those bonuses. It just kind of like says skills bonus, but you don't really know what's happening. I'd like to see some more information on that. So the Land Rover, I don't think there's... No, it's only on rare. There's nothing really good in there. I haven't checked the Lola before. As far as I know, it's epic, so that's worth a look. And that McLaren as well, that's worth a look. But I'm guessing, I didn't see the price just, but I'm guessing this is going to be an expensive car to buy. But it's very, very nice. Yeah, I like this a lot. Anyway, let's have a tiny little drive over it. That's what it's like. Oh, I thought you sat in the middle, but no, you're on one side. I really thought you sat in the middle of this. Oh, I just got another wheel spin. That's good. That's the good thing about when you get in the cars. It improves your car. Oh God, I'm losing it. It improves your car rankings, and you end up getting more spins. So when you get new cars, even if they're terrible, just jump in them. I check the skill perks. Jump in it for a second, because jumping in it is going to make you level up a tiny bit. I'm not controlling this very well, am I? I'm on a controller. I'm driving with automatic. Oh. Just trying out the horn. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Let's get back on the road. I do apologise for my poor driving. I know it's not good. Try and get round the corner, actually staying on the road. No. So, anyway, let's check out the skills. No goods. So no credits. A very cheap wheel spin. 2 points for a wheel spin. That's pretty good. And this one's going to cost another 8. So yeah, you get 10 points and you get a couple of wheel spins out of this. But no money in there, so not really worth using to try and get points. So that's the Lola. So we're on the Als. So the Lamborghini Aventador, we've done this, haven't we? Land Rover, we've done that. So the McLaren, let's check this out. Shame it wasn't the Senna. I've never seen that on the spins. Don't know if you can get it on a spin or not. Is that Made in Chelsea song? That's what it sounds like. Right, we'll check the skills. That surprised me. I thought it'd be better than that. So not really much going on there. I really wish you could look around inside the car rather than it just flipping to the outside. I like the speedo on this, the way it goes along in a straight line like that. I like that, and the line is perfectly vertical as well. It's not like a needle that's going, like around a pivot. Sounds nice. Shit, move. Ah, shit. I like this. It's quite nice. It makes a good noise. It's relatively grippy. It's not that difficult to handle. I'm not driving it very well. I can't drive very well, and also I'm on a bloody gamepad. So I'm kind of, you have to keep tapping and tapping and tapping. It's just so weird. Oh, that's too fast. Didn't realise that corner was coming up. That's nice. And if we can go back into the cars. So we're at McLaren, aren't we? So next we have the Mercedes. This is epic, so it's worth a look. But I'm going to check this one first because it's really beautiful. I think someone mentioned this Mercedes actually. It was definitely a Mercedes AMG. Possibly not this one, but someone did say something about this car having a good skill on one of my YouTube comments. So let's take a look. Let's see if it was this one. I don't think it was this one. It's got a very cheap wheel spin, so 2 points on a spin. That's always handy. A 2 point spin is really handy on a car. If it's a cheap car to buy, which I'm guessing this isn't. Oh, I wanted to have a look on the outside. It's not got a very pretty back end. Yeah, it looks like a Porsche. The back end looks like an old Porsche, doesn't it? Very much. Actually, yeah, I quite like this colour now. I like the muted sort of look. Let's change this ridiculous song. Squeeze round this Mini. Thank you. Yeah, this is not too bad actually. It's a little bit easier to drive than I thought it was going to be. A bit slow. Needs a tune. Oh, that was my house. Oh no, it's not my house. What house is that? Did I just pass a house? What perk does it have? Let's go and have a look. Sorry. This is my fence that I'm knocking down. I'm going to buy this property. Right, what's this house then? Where am I? Croftdale Farm. Oh, I think I've got this on my other thing. What's the perk? And I'll find out when I see the perk.
You fancy a break from the speed and noise? I found this.
It gives me a super spin, so I'm going to take it just to get the spin. Price 200,000. That's cheap.
You probably prefer speed and noise, yeah? Hey.
Not interested in having the sheep thing, but I'm going to take the house just to get the spin, see if we can get anything nice out of it. Thank you. Yeah, I think I've got this one on. I've got every house I've seen. I've bought on my normal account, but not on this one, obviously. On this one, I've only bought the house that allows you to fast travel, something lawn, fair lawn, and also the lake lodge, because obviously it's free. So we've got a super spin. Anyway, so let's get out of here and do our super spin. See if we can get a decent motor. Got 2 normal spins as well. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. So I've got my money back from buying the house. So that means I got my sheep horn for free. Go on. Either side of that would have been much better than this rubbish jacket. I've got one more. I'll skip this one. And some money. Equally rubbish. So yes, let's get back to our cars. And we are on the Mercedes. So we've done the AMG Mercedes. We now want the other one. There it is. So I think I've looked at this before. It's a beautiful car. Hopefully it's going to have some beautiful perks. Look at that. That is spectacular, isn't it? All those polished metal dials. They look lovely. I like this car a lot. Oh, wow. That is unexpected. So we've got twice as fast. That means this is going to be a 6. It's a 7. Oh my God. Beautiful. And this is going to be 30,000. It's always 30,000 when it's there. But we got 2 wheel spins, and that's an extra half a second. That's not too bad, because sometimes an extra second is too much when you're waiting for it to end. So we've got 25% influence on that, 20% for the combos, near misses, I never really worry about those. 20% on the ultimate skill chains. Speed skill scores 40%. Daredevil on 30. I'm not interested in that. And also, it gives you a free car. So it gives you the AMG Black Series. So this is a good car. It's got a 7 times multiplier. That's awesome for a start. You're going to get 30,000 credits back on the price, whatever it costs. It's going to be expensive, isn't it? Very expensive. But it does reward you with the Mercedes SL 65 AMG Black Series. So I might have to unlock that. I haven't got any skill points on this character, so that's a shame. But whatever you're paying for this, you're getting 2 wheel spins really cheap. So, I mean, 4 skill points, going from here, 1, 2, 3, and then up there for 4. Oh no, that's a 3, I thought that was a 1. So 6 points. 6 points for 2 wheel spins. That could get you a big chunk of the money back that you pay for it. You've got 30,000 here. It's a 7 times multiplier, so it's worth keeping anyway. Very nice, and it's beautiful. And also, you're gonna unlock this expensive unlock. So the cheapest route for it is going to be from here down, down, across. So this is 25, isn't it? So from here, 20, 25 points, 28, 31. It's getting expensive. 32, 33, 34. So it's 34 points to unlock the bonus car. If I had 34 points, I'd take that now. We could have a look at the stats of it. Let's have a look how much this car costs. It's going to be about $1 million, isn't it? Where do I need to go for that? Into here. 1.2. Wow, that is interesting. So it's 1.2 million. You get 30 grand back, you get 2 wheel spins, and you get a bonus car once you spend some skill points. You've got a 7 times multiplier. It's worth keeping. See how it drives. Probably not very well, because it's an old car. Oh, it's not bad, it's not bad. It's a bit heavy. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. It's not very fast. It could probably do with a better tune if you're using it to get skill points. Otherwise, you're going to lose your multiplayer a lot. It's got the bonus half a second on the multiplayer. I think that we're going to need that. Oh shit! I've lost it. Ah, that's so good. I've done horrible damage to the front end of this lovely old machine. Hoping that we'd be able to thread the needle there, but the oops. Yeah, this game makes you a bad driver because you spend so long just smashing through walls and just going in a straight line to wherever you want to get to, that when you actually try and drive properly, you can't. I need to put a different song onto this. See what we got. Oh shit, wasn't paying attention to the road. I think we're going to have some timeless classics as here we go. Oh, it's the planets. So, a little bit of halts as we drive around in this nice old Mercedes. One. Yeah. This will look good outside my castle. I bought Bamborough Castle. This is going to look good parked outside. Yeah, it does need a little bit of a boost on the speed, I think. It's not fast enough. So I want to download a tune for this, but I might keep this, I might use it. It's pleasant. Images of Hovis bread go through your mind as you listen to this timeless classic. Oh, there's the thing. Ah, what am I thinking? This is my. It's not my normal save, is it? I thought, I've missed a bonus board, but that bonus board is on the profile that I don't use. So I don't care about it. Stop crashing. It's so hard to drive with a controller compared to a steering wheel. Just because you can't hold it. I mean, you can, but it takes a lot of effort to do it. Just hold it at like a few degrees, like 5 o'clock, not 5 o'clock, 5 past, 1 o'clock, that's what I was looking for. But on a steering wheel, the way you can do that makes it so much easier. Now my steering wheel is the Spider one, the Ferrari, whatever it's called, Spider steering wheel. It's got the flappy paddle gears, it's nice, it hasn't got a clutch, but it's not the force feedback version, so I want to upgrade it to the force feedback. But it's nice, but it's got a hidden setting that I didn't know about. You have to pull both of the gears, and you also have to press a couple of buttons, and it changes its sensitivity. I didn't know that. We've got a bit of a flood. Never seen that before. So it changes the sensitivity of the steering wheel, and I think in the least sensitive mode it's good. But on this game, it has a massive dead zone, a huge dead zone. You're going about maybe about 10 degrees on the turn before it actually does anything. And I've gone into the settings and I can't, it says the dead zone is 0, but it absolutely definitely isn't. I can move the steering wheel quite a lot before we get any impact. And it ruins it. It makes it very, very hard to drive. It just doesn't feel right. So yeah, I want to upgrade my steering wheel, get a nice force feedback one. I've got a few spare rooms in the house, so I might actually set up a room. Ah dear, shitty now. I might set up a room with an actual chair, like a proper one, with the vibrations under the seat. I did have a friend that had that. He had that complete setup in his apartment. It was pretty bloody awesome. He was single, as you can imagine. I can't imagine my wife would like it. We do have a room in the house at the moment which has my old Xbox One before I upgraded to the Xbox One X, and it's got the Kinect sensor on it, and that room is just dedicated to doing like dancing games and stuff like that when her niece and nephew come over. So we do have a room dedicated to an Xbox already. We've got a couple of more spare rooms in the house, so I'm wondering if she'd allow me to turn one of them into a driving room with a huge TV. That'd be pretty awesome. The TV that I'm currently doing this on, it's a 65-inch 4K one with like HDR and whatnot. I'm sat quite close to it, so when you're in this view, it looks really good. Really good. I'm on an Xbox One X. I'm on the quality settings on the game rather than the... you've got two options. One of them is quality. The other one is like 60 frames per minute. The actual graphics are slightly worse. So I'm currently playing on the one that's the better graphics. Just take a little shortcut across here, and that's ruined my drive. Anyway, let's get out of this. Sorry for wasting all your time there. What else did we have? So yeah, this car. The 300 SL Coupe from Mercedes-Benz, 1954 model, 1.2 million to buy. It gives you a free car. We don't know the stats of that one yet, so I've not got enough skill points to check it. But that's pretty awesome. 2 wheel spins, very, very cheap. Also 30,000 credits back. So with a bit of luck on the wheel spins, you're going to get another chunk of that 1.2 back. It has a 7 times multiplier, which is awesome. So worthwhile keeping, and it is beautiful. So I think that is the jewel of this bunch. But we got to Mercedes, so let's just have a quick look at the rest. So where are McLaren, Mercedes, Mercury? Not interested in that, but I do want to check out this. It's only rare, so it's not going to have many good skill points. I do love it. It's a beautiful car. I haven't driven it yet, so I just want to see how it drives. Yeah, I like that old Mercedes. It drives nicely. Oh wow! Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So I'm on this view, just to have a little look around the car. That's nice. This is very nice. I like the twin exhausts. I mean, there's no need for an exhaust on both sides, but the symmetry is very aesthetically pleasing. Oh, it's blue. I thought it was green. Or was that just the weird, just because of those headlights? Who knows? So let's get in it properly. Well, first of all, I'm going to check its perks, but I don't really think they're going to be very good. What's this? 6. So we've got a 6 times. That's going to be a times. It's a times 3. So that's unusual on a 6. So we've got a times 3 multiplier for the skill multiplier speed on a 6. So if it was the other way round, a times 2 and a 7, that would be better. But it's still good. That's still pretty good. We've got credits in here, 7,500. That's worthless. And we've got a reasonably expensive wheel spin. I think I've talked about this exact one before. So maybe on the Morgan, but who knows. So let's just see how it drives. It's slow. I feel too high up. I feel like I'm right up in the air. I don't like driving this with my top with no roof in the rain. Oh, thank goodness I've got my motorcycle helmet on. God, it'd ruin her curly hair, wouldn't it? Driving around in this. Look how thick that glass is on the windshield. Oh no. Oh, I'm going to lose it. Ah, there it goes. There it goes. No, still struggling. We drift around here. Oh no. Hey, there, look at the beautiful houses. I did make another video where I talked quite extensively about inside the houses, but just look in there. Isn't that awesome? A bit more like a bar actually than a house, that one. It might be a pub. But yeah, if you've not done this, have a little look inside the houses. They're good, aren't they? Especially up around Edinburgh. It's beautiful. So let's have a quick look at the next car. That was a bit disappointing. It's not that nice to drive. But what do you expect from a three-wheeler? But look at that beautiful engine just hanging out there. So what are we on? That's the Morgan. So we're on the M's. What's after MO for car? I can't think of another MO. I'm going too far the wrong way. So no, we've done the M's. So we're on the Nissans now. So a Silvia, as I've said on many videos, my brother had a Nissan Silvia with a personalised registration, which impressed me. The Skyline is epic. So only 85,000. It's epic. Does it have some money in it? These are nice to drive, the Skyline. And they're quite cheap. I mean, they're nice to drive in real life, and they're not that expensive either. So they're not bad as buying if you do track days and stuff like that, and you can't afford something that's really good. So yeah, they're not bad at all. Right, car mastery. I always forget where everything is. We've got 2 wheel spins right off the bat. So we've got 9 points on 2 wheel spins. That's pretty good. Everything else in there is worthless. So I'm not going to bother driving this. It's not a really special car. It's just a car. So it's not worth having a look at. Whoops. No, I don't want to do that. I want to go in here. Oh, I went into cars instead of home. That's why. So that was a Nissan. So we're on the ends. So I'm not worried about the Sylvia. The Firebird, no. This Porsche. This is the Porsche that has the credits. 150,000 to buy it. And I'll just show you how many skill points it costs you to get this. I think it might be 19. But I'm not sure. Thinking about where the bonus is and the way to get to that place, then in my head I'm just thinking 19 points. But it might be a little bit more. But if you check it out, the Porsche 911 Turbo from 1982. Oh no, it's straight up here. 300,000 credits right there. And to get that, 10, 15, it is 19. So 19 skill points on an average of 5 per minute. You're going to be getting those in 4 minutes. And 5 per minute is a low average. And if you've watched my other video where I talk about skill points, I timed myself with it for about 10 minutes. My actual iPad died, so I'm not sure if it's exactly 10 minutes or a little less or a little more. But I was averaging around about 5 skill points a minute, and I did drop my skill chain multiplier a couple of times. But I only did it once. I didn't want to do it until I got a really good 10 minutes and upload it because it wouldn't have been real. I just wanted to show you what it's possible to do, just bouncing around on the sand dunes and making mistakes. And I was averaging 5 points a minute. So in 4 minutes of averaging 5 points a minute, you can unlock this 300 credit, and you've paid 150 for the car. So every 4 minutes, you can do another one of these. And then, I mean, you can then sell it on auction if you want to. I wouldn't, because they're only 150 to buy in the showroom. I think I'd just dump it and I'd sell something that's more expensive on auction. And then the person that buys it isn't going to be pissed off that they've lost this perk. But once you're up here, I mean, you can pop across to that wheel spin, but it's very expensive. But this wheel spin here is just 1 more point. So did I say 19? So 20 points, and you're getting yourself a wheel spin, and 150,000 credits bonus. You've still got the Porsche. That's pretty good. For just using a few minutes to get your skill points, that is not bad at all. So probably one of the most valuable cars to exploit in the game. Because you haven't got to wait for auction or worry about it. You're just getting your money straight away from that, and it's not many skill points to get it. So yeah, very good one, that is. I did make a video about that particular car, talking about what I've just explained. But when I saw it just there, I did want to say, and it's a nice car. I do like the 911, especially this particular one from 1982. I love the big whale tail. When I was a kid, I wanted one of those very much. I was on Porsche, so Pontiac's next. No, Pontiac is before Porsche, obviously, but we weren't interested in those. So this is the car that I use, the Forza Edition Renault 5 Turbo, because it's got a 7 times multiplier and it's got a 3 times speed builder as well for the multiplier. It's got a lot of other skills that are great, some 20 and 30%, some airtime, drift, all sorts of stuff. Really useful for getting your skill points. It says it's worth 316,000. It's the Forza Edition, so you can't buy it in the showroom. But if you buy it on auction, they normally go for 406,000. I bought one for 419 because I preferred the car looked nicer. It just got a nice design, and I didn't mind spending a little bit extra. It had a really good tuning on it as well, because this, by standard, is rear-wheel drive. The one that I use is all-wheel drive, so it's a lot easier to handle, and it's got a bit of a boost on all of those skills. So I've tried a few different tunings for this, and I've only tried the all-wheel drive ones, and all of them are nice. They're all nice and simple to use. They're quite good. I do want to show you something about these skills, actually, because what I used to do with this car is take them all. And this is the car I used to build my skills, and I used to max out the the skill perks on this car. But what I'm doing now, I bought another one from auction, and I'm not taking this skill. It causes your skill chain to last 1 second longer, and I'm finding that it's so easy to keep my skill chain going with this car that when I hit maximum, which is 71,000 points, as soon as you get 71,000 points on a 7 times multiplier, you get 500,000 skill chain, which gives you 10 skill points, and you're not allowed any more than that, so it will cap you. So every time you get to around about 70, you want to stop and take that, and this 1 second additional skill chain just means you've got to wait for longer. So it's quite unusual that you actually drop the chain if you're getting the skill points where I do, which is next to Barbara Castle, just bouncing around in the sand dunes. But what makes this car so good? This one here builds the multiplier 3 times as fast. That's not really that important because you get up to 7 multiplier even if it was building it at normal speed. You're going to get up to 7 anyway, it's just what the other number is that counts. But this is the important one. This is the one that enables the car to go up to 7. And then if you look at some of the other ones, ultimate skill chain, you get a lot of those while you're bouncing around the sand dunes, 20% on that, 20% on air. This is not really that important if you're doing the skill points in that area, but I take it anyway. If I do crash, it means you don't lose your skill chain. I haven't played the actual game much, so I don't have skill songs yet, but obviously it's always useful. And someone left a tip on one of my videos, which I think is a brilliant idea. If you have your radio tuned to timeless, so you're listening to the classics, the songs are much longer. So when you get a skill song, it's going to be on for a longer amount of time. So that is such a brilliant tip. I'm so sorry that I don't remember the name of the person that left that comment. I would have checked if I'd have thought that I was going to mention it in a video and credited you for that. But yeah, someone came up with that idea. They popped it on one of the comments on my channel. And I did think that is a really clever little idea. Just keep your radio stations timeless. I like driving, listening to classic music anyway. Even in real life, I like it. In fact, I prefer listening to classic than the radio because I live in Colombia and it's all Latin music, which is horrible. So radio is not that good here. So yeah, great little tip. This one here, 10% more if you're in a convoy. I'm rarely in a convoy, but if you are, yeah, take an extra 10%. This is important. Wreckage bonus 20%. Near miss is 20, drift 20%. You're going to be using a lot of drifts and also the emergency brake drift, so that's very useful. I don't really worry about these things. I guess they do help, but I'm not worried about those. But this one is a serious bonus. 30% more skill score from combo skills. When you're bouncing around doing kangaroos on the sand dunes and you're doing drifts and you're smashing through bins, getting the bin man bonus and the wreckage bonus, you're going to get combos. And you get 30% on those, so you get your points up really fast. An instant influence, so not bothered about that, and 50% more influence whilst free roaming in this car. So all of that stuff helps, but the really important one is this, 7 times multiplier. It was in that old Mercedes that we've just looked at as well. It's also in the BMW Forza edition, the M6 I think, not 100% on that, but I think it's that one. But yeah, it's been in a few cars. What I'm trying to do is find all the cars that have this skill, because in my opinion, it's the most important one for your skill chain. Then I'm going to do a video comparing all of those. The other thing I'm kind of looking out for is the cars that have either very, very cheap wheel spins down here, or good credits, like the 1982 911 Turbo that we've just looked at. So let's check out if we have any more interesting cars that need to be, so we're in the Renault, so we might as well go backwards now. So there's the Clio, that's the version that isn't the Forza edition. I wonder what the skills are on this. It's a rare, it's not an epic, but I'm just wondering whether this has got anything worthwhile inside it for people that didn't manage to get the Forza edition car. The classical music doesn't suit this car so much. We need some banging drum and bass in one of these. Let's have a look. So it's got twice as fast, and no, nothing really. Even the wheel spin's a little bit costly to get to. So nothing good going on there at all. I didn't expect there to be, but I wanted to check it to see whether or not it lived up to its Forza edition counterpart, but it doesn't. So we've got a Baja truck, and we've got the sailing to look at. So the others I'm going to look at, I'm not going to bother with those two, but I'm going to check out these. Let's do this one first. Don't think I've looked in this before. I imagine this is quite nice to drive. It's quite nice to drive on other games. I like the dash. So let's see. I'm going to have a tiny, tiny drive in this one just to see what it's like. Oh, interesting. That's going to be, I'm going to guess that's going to be a 300,000. It is. So the Saline S7, 300,000 credits straight up the left, and a wheel spin, and a wheel spin up here. It's exactly the same pattern that we've just seen on another car. So that's nice. So you're looking at 20 points. 10, 15, 18, 19, 20. 20 points, and you've got 300,000 credits, and you've got a wheel spin. So what is the price of this car? That's the all-important number. Oh, what a shame. So you're going to be getting the car really for 88,000 points. If you want to, you've got a wheel spin there that might give you some money, and also you could sell the car. But it's a real shame that it costs more than it gives you. But I'm going to have a little drive in it anyway. Oh, it's quite grippy. I just straight down to the floor then, and there was no wheel spin at all. Jesus. All right, okay, it turns a little bit sharper than I expected. It's not bad. I know I'm driving it really badly, but I actually quite like it. I remember, oh shit. Sorry. I best make a move because that was my fault before you get my registration. I'm not insured and this car's expensive. Oh, go on, go on, go on. Yeah, it's not bad. This is nice to drive, but I've driven this car on quite a few other car racing games, and it's always quite nice to drive, this is. So, I know it's not a full-on simulator, it's a very arcadey driving experience when you play on Forza games, but it's nice. Well, hey, I am a daredevil. Not sure why I got daredevil there, I didn't do anything. What the hell? Well, have you ever had this happen before? Well, this car has the magic power of turning invisible when you're driving it. So yeah, it's definitely worth 388,000 credits. I mean, that's a really good anti-theft device. If you can turn it invisible every time you... Oh no, it's not really, is it? Because no one's going to steal it, but people will think you're an empty car parking space and they'll just smack into you. So maybe having an invisible car isn't really such a good thing. But you'd look pretty good just floating down the road at 100 miles an hour. That'd look cool. I think we're about done, aren't we? Was there one more? There was, wasn't there? So it was this, the Baja truck. I know I've mentioned it already, but yeah, if you haven't yet, check out Baja Edge of Control. It's a really awesome game. It's been remastered for the Xbox One. It's such a beautiful game to play. Not by the standards of this, because this looks incredible, but it still looks really good. Oh, I'm in the middle. I like it when I'm in the middle. That's really nice. Look at those, the fuel gauge and the water gauge, and this one here just hiding behind the wheel. I'm not sure what it is. They're all at a bit of an angle. That's a bit weird. And actually, there is a game in Forza. One of the old... I'm not sure what car it is. It's the one where you've got the silver metal bar behind your head, and it's an open wheel car. It's like a Formula One sort of thing, but it's really old, and it's it might be the Ferrari, or it could be the Niki Lauda. It's either the Niki Lauda or the Ferrari, and it's got the. I always drive it in this view, and it's got the clock right in the middle, and it's almost upside down. Now I have no idea why that is. I'm guessing it's a mistake, but it really annoys me that it's not correct. I assume in the real car it definitely isn't upside down, but these gauges have just reminded me because some of them are on a little bit of a tilt. But yeah, the gauge is right in the centre, and it's not completely upside down, but it's kind of like if you turn it over and then spin it to about 2 o'clock, it's about there. So it's really annoying, and it ruins the cockpit view of that car. I think it's not the Niki Lauda one. It's a Ferrari, but it's very similar to the Niki Lauda one. And when you buy it, it's not got the design is just kind of quite bland. It's kind of red and white, but there's not much else going on. I really love the Niki Lauda livery. That's really nice. Anyway, what are we in? The Baja thing, aren't we? So let's have a quick look at the perks inside here. That's a lot of wheel spins. Is this a 7? No, it's a 6. Okay, if they're a 6, they're a bit pointless unless it's a really nice car. So we've got a super cheap wheel spin there, 2 expensive ones that I certainly wouldn't bother going up to. Nothing else in here of any interest at all, apart from if you are going to drive this car, you might as well have it with a 6 multiplier. So let's just have a little look at how it drives. Boy, it's got quite an aggressive sounding engine. Obviously we're going to go off-road. Hey, it's nice, quite bouncy. Oh shit, I hit the tree. Here I've not got an off-road track close by to see. It doesn't bounce much. I mean, not in any other car. That would have been airtime and the kangaroo and all that kind of stuff. But no, it's so heavy that it takes a bit to get it off the ground. Just pop down here, get between these trees. Oh shit, it's a solid wall. So there we go, guys. That's a little breakdown of the cars that we managed to win in our 50 super spins. Not very impressed at all. I have done this without recording it and got some amazing cars, but this time, not that good. And also not that good, I'm going to just check out this to drive. Not that good on the previous video I uploaded as well. I was a little bit disappointed with both of them. I have had much better cars when doing this previously. But what I'd like to do now is pop back over to my main profile, my other gamer profile on the Xbox, and I need to do some street racing because I need to unlock Goliath. I haven't unlocked that yet, and there's a hack that you can do that someone was telling me about on YouTube. He's all over the place. A hack that you can do. Of course he's all over the place. You get more skill points. It's me that's driving like an idiot, staying on the road, getting no skill points at all. But yeah, someone told, oh, I've got a skill point. Someone left a comment on one of my videos talking about a hack that you can do on the Goliath race. You have to do it with 2 people. I read it, I can't remember it, so I can't explain it, but it's to do with someone doing nothing, someone else driving over the line. You get a huge amount of experience, and one of you gets a load of money. So I did say, yeah, I'll buddy up with him to do that, and we'll do it together. So I can't do it now. If you're watching this video, I am intending doing it. It's a good idea. I want to do it. Anything that enables me to find a hack. I love that sort of stuff. And if I can make a video on it and other people can follow the idea and they can benefit from it, that is even better. So yeah, definitely. But I haven't unlocked it yet. So I'll have to go and unlock the Goliath. I think I'm on about level 7 on those particular races that unlock the Goliath. But yeah, I need to do that. Oh shit! Oh, what a shame. Do we have a drift circle? Yeah, we do. I'll go down to the drift circle and see if we can drift around it with my a lot of rain going on. Okay, it's down here, isn't it? No. Sorry guys. Not you, the audience over here watching. If you've watched my, on the end of one of my videos, I did like an impromptu tour with this thing, the drone, which was a lot of fun actually. But one of the things, I'll just go up. I wish you could go higher. Oh, I haven't used this before. Just down by the fair. Where's the fair? No, you can't. Oh, where's the fair? I thought it was just here. But near the fair, There is, no it's not, I've got to go through whether I'm in that little party. I'll just go a little bit faster. So if I go through oh, that's my nice car there. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? If I go through the entrance of the castle, I think, yeah, the party is in here. So there's a little party going on in there, which I find quite cool. But I'm sure it's this way. Find it. I think it's just around here somewhere. And when you go into it, you can actually get over this fence somewhere. Look at them, look at them. Oh, a couple of them are moving on this one. Hello. Mostly zombies. Are they looking at me? They are, aren't they? Oh, they're following me! Those people are the same as the ones in the Forza Motorsport, where it's just a flat person that turns and looks at you. But yeah, a lot of the people in the game are proper three-dimensional real people. And they look good. They look really good. I love watching them going about their business. Whoops. So there we go, guys. I think the find of the day was that Mercedes with a 7 times multiplier, the free car. I can't remember what car it was. Was it an AMG Mercedes or something? Was it a black series? I think it was a black series, wasn't it? But yeah, that was the find of the day. We did have a couple of cars that are good for credits. Never managed to beat the 911 one, which goes 150 to 300. But we did have a couple. And also, of course, the Mercedes. So this one here, the 300 SL Coupe. Let's have a look what that car was that you got free. I'm pretty sure it was a Black Series something. An AMG or a Black Series, one of those. Can't remember exactly. Let's see what it is. I'm saying an AMG. It's an AMG Black Series. That's how. Oh, it's a Forza edition as well. So yeah, that's worth an unlock. Oh, I've only got 3 skill points, and I don't want to play on this character. So yeah, 30,000 credits, 2 wheel spins, a free car, and this car costs 1.2. But it's a very, very pretty car to be inside, and it drives nicely, and it's got a 7 times multiplier. I like the reflection on the hub of the Speedo. That's nice. It's a nice touch. So yeah, this is a car that's worth getting. If you can get it in a wheel spin, that's a serious bonus because it is quite expensive. But it looks really, really nice. So just before I close out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my castle. I'm not going to drive there. I'm going to fast travel to my castle. How much is Edinburgh Castle? 15 million, isn't it? Oh, that's a shame. I could have bought that. I'm going to fast travel to my castle, just so I can see my car in my castle. What's that? No, I don't want to do that. Right, so let's pop over here. And I'll end the video with my classical music playing, my classic car in my very beautiful castle. I don't know if I said it on this video or on a different one, but I had to show my wife this castle on Google Earth to prove that it is a real castle, and it looks exactly like this. So yeah, she's never been here to anywhere in Scotland really, but yeah, I had to show her this castle and some other places in the game that are exactly the same as real life. So let's go in. Now that looks just right. Suits it perfectly. Beautiful car. Oh, get lost menus. Get out of the way. It's a beautiful car and it's a very nice castle. I do wish, like someone did suggest on my comments, that you had to actually buy houses to store your cars. And obviously you'd be able to store quite a lot of cars at the castle, which would give you an incentive to buy them. But then I wish you could walk around your own showroom and look at all of your cars at once. That would be wonderful. So yeah, there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's completely pointless. I mean, we learned a couple of things from looking at some of the skill points in cars, so maybe you'll be able to do something with some of that. But I enjoy doing this, so maybe some of you will also enjoy watching it. So take care, have a wonderful evening, and I'll no doubt be uploading some more useful videos soon. What I'm going to do now is head on over to my my other profile. I'm going to do a bit of a grind on those races so that I can unlock the Goliath. Then when we have the opportunity, we are going to record that video where you need 2 people, the hack that you can do on the Goliath track. But I just want to race it. I want to unlock it so that I can actually race it, but I will be uploading the hack that is on that track as soon as I've managed to get that sorted. So that's all from me. If I find any more worthwhile cars, I'll certainly be letting you know about them. I do think so far, probably the best find has been the 1982 911 Porsche Turbo that you buy for 150,000. You use 20 skill points and it gives you a very cheap wheel spin and 300,000 credits, and of course you still have the car, so you can auction it. And it's a nice car, so I don't mind spending money on one of those. So that so far has been, I think, probably the best find. But I like this. This is beautiful. And I would like to see what that AMG Black Series Mercedes has got hiding inside it. So if I have this on my other profile, I've got enough skill points to unlock it, and I'll do that and we can take a look at it. So take care, have a wonderful evening, and I'll tell you what, should I just change my profile? Oh no, I can't. I do apologise. The way I record my video means it's linked to my profile. If I change my profile now, the video would stop recording. It's just some way that OneCast works. You have to log into your gamer tag through OneCast and then you can record your Xbox, which is what I'm doing now. So yeah, I will have a look. I'll check out if I have this car on my proper profile. I'll see. I'll unlock the Mercedes and see what it's like. So I'll be uploading some more practical and more useful videos for you soon. Take care and bye bye.